All right, welcome back, guys. Hope y'all are having a great day. So this week, the plan is to sort out our turn signals. The factory turn signals don't have enough room for the plug. The housing itself fits in front of the intercooler, but it's right up against it, so there's nowhere for the plug to go. So we got some of these. These are Grand General rectangular pearl LEDs. This is the absolute closest thing we could find on the whole internet. They're close on the width, but they're considerably shorter, as you can see here. So they're not too far off width-wise. This is the closest thing we could find. We scoured the internet, so these have got to go. They could probably be modified if you wanted to maybe shave the back off and JB weld a piece of ABS on there with a hole cut in it for the bulb to socket into. But I don't know if I trust JB weld that much. So we're going to pull these out, build ourselves brackets that will hold these. These are intended to be rubber mounted, but we're going to hard mount them. We're just going to cut a hole that they'll fit into and then clamp them in there. So they'll go in the same place. You will see a little bit of metal instead of the lens running off into the grill like those do. But we think it's going to be fine. This is about the best we're going to do anyway. So that's what we're going to tackle. We'll get us some brackets built. Hopefully get these things mounted in there where they look good. And we're going to get to work. I guess step one is going to be to get the original ones out of this grill. So it's kind of weird the way they're in there. It's got little ears that go through these holes in the bottom, the little tabs. And then on top, it looks like there's kind of a stud built into the grill, and they melt it and mushroom it. And that holds that on there. Not particularly well, but it's held. It's held for a long time too. That one's pretty snug. So I guess we'll just take the little band file and sand the mushroom off so that we can get these off. Then we'll start figuring out how we're going to build a bracket from there. Shouldn't take too much. There we go. Yeah, so we were just talking about what you do if we break one of these. I guess you have to get a new grill.
Yeah, it's like about the only way it could go.
Or change this housing out and JB weld the plastic nubs back. I don't know. It's interesting design.
Yeah, it's weird how they wouldn't have just beefed this up and put screws through it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it don't make much sense. All right, let's see what kind of room we're working with here. Even that's going to be pretty snug once you plug that plug in.
Yeah, ain't gonna be a ton of room back there.
Well, what about this? What if we're going to go to the grill, we could make a piece that goes in these slots just like before. It goes around the outside, and then it goes around the inside. It goes around the outside, and then it goes around the inside. It goes around the outside, and then it goes around the inside. It goes around the outside, and then it goes around the inside. It goes around the outside, and then it goes around the inside. It goes around the outside, and then it goes around the inside. It goes around the outside, and then it goes around the inside. It goes around the outside, and then it goes around the inside. It goes around the outside, and then it goes around the inside. It goes around the outside, and then it goes around the inside. It goes around the outside, and then it goes around the inside. It goes around the outside, and then it goes around the inside. It goes around the outside, and then it goes around the inside. It goes around the outside, and then it goes around the inside. It goes around the outside, and then it goes around the inside. It goes around the outside, and then it goes around the inside. it can grab the light right there. And then we put our 2 screws in it here. It's trapping the light from the back. So originally we were considering cutting the hole and sticking the light in it and then making a little piece of strap to smash it in there. But if it's touching the grill, since it's mounted to the grill now, we're thinking about mounting it to the core support. So if this piece has got a hole cut in it, it'd be the same hole, but instead it'd be grabbing it from the back, just smashing it against the grill itself. It'll be locked in here with 2 screws on top, and it can't go anywhere. And it's basically just like the factory one, the way it's mounted and everything.
Yeah, that's true.
It won't be able to rock as long as this is tied up against it.
Mm-hmm.
It'll just be stuck there, just like the original one was. I think it'll work. I guess what we need to do is figure out the difference between here and here. It looks like it's, you know, they're not on the same plane naturally, so.
Right.
It'll be flat across here. We'll probably grab this first step. Then it's gonna have to, it'll have to angle out.
Yep.
And then
Angle
go straight down.
Yep. Then angle in.
Yeah, this one would be pretty straightforward. It could come straight 90-90. That'd probably be the safest thing, just to dodge this.
Yeah.
Go straight up, 90 in, 90 across for some bolt holes. Poke a couple of holes in it. Yeah, that won't be too bad. Use some 16 gauge.
Yeah, looks like we're going to the welding shop.
Yep. Let's go make something happen. Well, I think we have a pretty solid plan now. We've figured out all the shortcomings of prototype A. So, going at it We're grabbing the light from the front now instead of the back. It's making these too short. Well, it's changing a whole lot of things. We'd have to cut this off and shorten it. So we're going to scrap this, and we're going to start over again. We'll take out what we need here, which is 1/4 of an inch, and we'll make these longer. We'll leave it long again, kind of randomly, and we'll make all the changes we need to, but we're just basically going to repeat all the steps you just saw. We'll go ahead and cut them both this time, and we'll bring you back when we do something different. Alright, we got version 2 laid out here just by taking measurements off of this and making adjustments where we needed to. So there's going to be the little feet. Took our 1/4 inch out there. This end is left a little bit long, just randomly again, and these are a little bit longer to match. This is going to help fill in that gap we had at the bottom. So I'm going to get these cut out, do some braking. Alright, so far everything's just been rinse and repeat. We got our little feet here, 1/4 inch shorter than it was before. We got our wings, they're 1/4 inch taller than they were before. That's going to allow us to get something across the back of this light to hold it in there. This is the major change so far. Instead of coming up at an angle, we're coming up 90 degrees, and then we're going to break it again 90 degrees to get in these slots. So we're going to end up cutting our tabs out of this. So now, just come around here, we can mark where these tabs are going to be, like we did before. They're in a little bit different spot than they were. And we can mark our height. Put a line right in the middle. if it'll do what we want now.
Yep. That's what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, way better.
Yeah, it looks nice.
I like it.
Nice and discreet.
Alright, so now that our brackets are done, they're all cleaned up. Holes look pretty good. Now what we have to do is devise some sort of means of holding them in there. Since they're not getting mashed against the grill anymore, we got to mash them against the bracket. So we need to make a strap that'll run across here. It's going to have to go around this plug with some bolts or machine screws or something. So I guess there's any number of ways we could go about it. We considered just cutting a block of metal and drill it and tap it and put a machine screw or a bolt in each side and use that block. I think we're gonna go with a strap. All right, well, we came up with a design we can live with. Probably getting a little carried away with these things, but this is gonna be the strap that holds them in. Just kind of made a circle out of it. That hole's where the plug will fit through. We're gonna bend that tab down and there'll be a little bolt in it. We'll bend the tab down on this end and put a bolt in it too. So in the end, it'll wind up like that. So we'll get these things cut out and cleaned up. Need to break them and drill some holes. It needs to be this way. There's the fit we want. Perfect. Now we can get out of the sweat box or the dungeon or the welding shop, whatever you like to call it. I'm gonna go back over there to the truck, drill some holes, get these things mounted in our grill. We can drill some holes here, tack a couple of nuts in there, and that'll be that. All right, let's go drill some holes. All right, we got our little nuts tacked in, got all our corners knocked off. Now all we need to do is drill our mounting holes in these and in the grill. Right. Finally get to see what this thing's gonna look like. I'm excited.
Hopefully it's gonna look good.
Yeah, it seems like such a simple thing. Spent way too much time on, but I'm pretty happy with how it came out. Yeah, I think that would work. So I wouldn't say it's ideal by any means. I think ideally we would have liked for the light to have been as big as the factory one, where you didn't have a border around it. But like we said in the beginning, we pretty much scoured the internet and that's what we come up with. So that's what it's got to be. I think that's done as well as we could do it. One of you guys might be able to do it better than that, but that's about all we got.
Yeah. If it was a little bigger to match the original size would be ideal, but we're pretty dang close.
Yeah, I really like it.
Yeah, I think it came out good. Well guys, that's gonna do it for this one. Hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and then go down in the comments and type subscribe. That way you'll be entered into our monthly giveaways. We're giving away a 5-pack of Irwin vice grip C-clamps. So those come in real handy all the time. So there'll be a link in the description so you can check those out. That's gonna do it for this one. We appreciate y'all watching and we'll catch you on the next one.